and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke nna nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwu okike abịa onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikpere anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta, onye ọbụla naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, 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 fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining from. Thank you for connecting. Wherever you are joining from, I appreciate you. Thank you for connecting to the program. Welcome. Thank you for joining the program. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being part of the program. The message is simple. Just the same message is not changing anytime. Spreading the gospel of freedom. We are asking and demanding for the freedom of Biafran people. We are Biafrans, indigenous people of Biafra. Everybody from the old southeastern region, the present south-south and the southeast. We are the Biafran people, and we will continue to speak up and demand for our freedom. It doesn't matter their propaganda, it doesn't matter their attack. They can't stop us. They can't stop us. You can see recently there's a new development that we are seeing online. A new development that we are seeing, something that is very, very dangerous and wicked. Most of you must have seen it. Most of you have read it online. Information circulating online where they are trying to change the location of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trial. They want to change the location. We don't know the reason they are given. The reason they are given is not reasonable. They are just being mischievous. Just being mischievous, trying to change the location of the venue of the case. Maybe to a place where they will have upper hand to do their evil. A place where they can be able to perpetrate any evil they want to perpetrate without anybody getting involved. But we can't allow that. We can't accept that. That is unacceptable. No matter how they try, no matter how they try to deceive us or to do anything, we can't accept that. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very innocent of all charges, and they know it. They have no charge against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu except the constant delay. They are going to continue to delay him, continue to deceive themselves, continue to peddle lies, propaganda, continue to seek for evidence that they will never find. That is the only thing they are good at doing, and they will continue to do so. But for we Biafrans, we know what we want, and we will continue to make that demand. We will continue to demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the plan they are making to change the venue of the case, it's not going to work. This is the time the legal team has to stand up, stand their ground, Even if they want to change the location of the case, just as the case is going on, asking for the trying to see if the court has the right to answer the case, to hear the case in Abuja. Abuja court even doesn't have the right to hear the case. That case is supposed to be heard in Biafra land. You're supposed to take that case to Biafra land, either Mohia High Court or any place in the southeast. Supposed to be in the southeast, not in Abuja. But because of their evil intentions, they drag the case to Abuja. Now they are now planning to take the case away to an unknown destination. They have not told us where they're taking it to. I just hope it's not to the north, because they want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to lose the kind of support he's getting. They have seen that against all their intimidation in Abuja, that people are still coming on to stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People are coming to make a case for him. People are coming to stand in solidarity with him, regardless all the attack that is coming from all angles and all corners. That is why they are mad. They now want to change the venue of the case. But are we going to allow that? Of course, the legal team should know the best thing to do. And we Biafrans, we stand our ground. Any plan they are making to change the location of that case to a place that is not favorable, we will not. We will not accept that. That will be totally unacceptable. It doesn't matter the strategy they bring. It doesn't matter the system they bring. It doesn't matter the style they want to apply. It cannot work, because it will be unacceptable to us. We can't accept that. Never. Because that is not what we bargained for. Biafran people know what we want. We know what we are demanding for. And we will continue to ask for that, regardless of what anybody has to say. We will continue to ask for that. Some people think the freedom we are fighting for is a child's play. It's not a child's play. For those who think it's a child's play, it's high time people begin to wake up and do the right thing. And this is why we are coming online on a daily basis to speak about these issues. There are very important issues that must be addressed. As you are watching me in this video, so many of our brothers and sisters are being killed in Imo State. Homes are destroyed, lives destroyed. So many people are losing their life in Imo State. As you are watching me, so many people don't have that opportunity to watch. Not because they committed any crime, not because they did anything wrong, simply because they are identified as Biafrans. That is why people are coming hard on them. That is why attack is coming from the east, west, north, and south, from all corners. That is why they are killing them. There are several confessions that have been people. Sometimes when we say certain things, some people say we are not on the ground and we don't know what is happening. But from every indication, we have evidence to everything I'm saying here. There is evidence to it. Some of you on social media can see social media where people are speaking of what is happening in Biafra land. People who have narrowly escaped death. People who have been adopted from their homes, not because they committed any crime, not because they were committing a crime, not because they were doing something wrong, not because they were armed, simply because they are Biafrans. Some of them are being chased, captured from their home. Those who have been released have to part way with huge amount of money. So many Biafrans have to save their life in Biafra land, in their own homeland. They have to buy their life back. If you don't have enough money to buy your life back, you'll be a dead man. This is the situation in Biafra land. And it's getting worse and worse every day. It's not getting any better. If anybody tells you that it's getting better, that's a lie. It's not getting any better. It's getting worse every day. People losing their life in Biafra land on daily basis, on different occasions. People are losing their life. And that is why we are coming online on daily basis, to create awareness and tell the world what is actually going on. A lot of things are going on in this world, a lot of obstructions. Biafran people are dying. Biafran people are dying. We are losing people. Biafrans are losing people, not because they committed a crime, simply because they are Biafrans. It has become It has become abominable for you to be a Biafran in Nigeria. For you to, simply because you are identified as a Biafran, you will lose your life. That is what is going on. That wasn't enough for them, and they have decided to outlaw our traditional dress. The traditional dress of the Biafran people, Igbo Biafrans mainly, has been outlawed. Just imagine why they will not allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to change his clothes. It's simply because he wants to wear isiagu. Our traditional dress that is in the market, that our fathers have been wearing for a very long time. All of a sudden, the government of Muhammad Buhari decided to outlaw our dress. Decided to outlaw it. And that is why they have refused him to change the clothes. Not because he's committed any crime, not because the clothes contains any arm, charm, or whatever. Just simply because they don't want him to represent himself for whom he is. They don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be seen as a Biafran. You can see the psychological torture they are mentoring to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the things you can see. Can you imagine what they are doing to him in the DSS dungeon? If they cannot allow him to change something as simple as a dress, even when the judge have given the order, they cannot allow him to change a dress. Even when the judge himself have given an order, allow him to change a dress, they have refused. They have refused to allow him to change a dress. Instead of allowing him to change the dress, they have continued to perpetrate evil against him. And when they were asked, why wouldn't you allow him to change the dress, they say simply because he demanded to wear isiagu. He did not demand for ammunition. When has isiagu become an armored car? When have isiagu become an AK-47? Our traditional dress. And the most painful and most shameful thing is that those who are supposed to defend him are not talking. In this kind of issue, I was expecting the Ohanes Ndibo to speak up. People who are supposed to be standing up for our custom and tradition. Ohanes Ndibo was supposed to speak up. But they are not saying anything before their own very eyes. The traditional dress of the Igbo Biafrans was being outlawed in their law court. Even a judge supported it. A judge supported it. Traditional dress of a people outlawed. The Fulanis are wearing their traditional dress. Our Duda brothers are wearing theirs. Every other person is wearing their traditional. How has our own traditional dress, being the isiagu, become a threat? When has isiagu become a threat? When has isiagu become something that somebody have to be afraid of? Well, not minding, we didn't create ourselves. We didn't make ourselves whom we are. We didn't create ourselves, we didn't make ourselves whom we are. Any grace we are enjoying today is a grace that was bestowed upon us by Chukwu Abiyama. Chukwu Abiyama created us in a way that we are fearful to the enemy, the Biafran people. When you see a Biafran, you must have to be fearful of a Biafran. It doesn't matter how strong you think you are, how rich you think you are. We are created differently. So, you stopping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from wearing isiagu cannot make any difference. He still have that aura of a lion. He still have it. Every time he appears, he still have that aura of a lion. When he appears, any place you see him, he still have that aura of a lion. You can't just talk to him anyhow. You'll be mindful of what you do and what you say. So stopping him from using his traditional dress, acceptable by all the Biafran people, well, that will not save you from the doom that is coming. I have said it before, that Biafrans have waited for a long time, for a very long time. We've been waiting, crying, broadcasting, shouting on top of our voice, telling the world what is going on. Some people refuse to listen. The world pretend as if they don't know what is going on. We continue to shout on top of our voices. We continue to cry. We continue to say our views. Continue to cry and tell the world what is going on. That we cannot continue to die. They have refused to listen. But the time have come when the new dimension have been activated. That time is now. The new dimension have been activated, and the Biafrans are going to defend themselves by all means possible. Yes, they will defend themselves. It doesn't matter what it takes. We are going to defend ourselves from the enemy. The enemy thinks that they are so strong that we can't stand them. They want to make us scared. They are trying to wipe us away. Genocide is happening in Biafra land. Nobody is talking. Nobody is speaking. But how long shall we continue to allow that and tolerate that? Of course, not for too long. Not anymore. The Biafran people have risen, and we are going to defend ourselves by all means possible. By everything that is available to us. We have done it in the past. We defended ourselves for good 3 years against the world powers. They came with all their might, with all their propaganda, with all their strength. The world powers came together with all their ammunitions. They came to wipe us away, but they didn't succeed. They did not succeed. They tried and tried and tried. They could not succeed. But what happened at the end of the day? We fought for good 3 years. And the war ended, no victor, no vanquish. Even though we lost a lot, but we are still standing. We lost so many people. We lost wealth. Lost a lot of people. But yet, we are still standing up to today. And nothing is changing. And we will still stand and fight more. If need be. No matter how long it's going to take, no matter how difficult it's going to be, we will continue to fight along and make sure that we get our freedom. It's our legitimate right to be free and demand for self-determination. Self-determination is not a crime. For somebody to ask for self-determination, that is not it's not something forbidden. Every human being have the right to demand for self-determination. You ask for it. International law supports that. African Chartered law supports that. Nigerian law itself supports that. So I see no reason why it should be a crime for one to begin to demand that which is lawful. The request for self-determination is a lawful one. Very, very lawful. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody is doing. It is lawful. And that is why we are standing by it. The self-determination is a request that every indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria is making. It's not only the Biafran people, not only the Duduan people. Everybody is making that request. The only difference is that the Biafrans are leading the charge. They don't only talk, they are acting on the ground. And that is why everybody is scared of the Biafran people. All hell break loose. Because we are not just talking, we are not just making noise, we are making our demands and making it clear what we want. We want our nation. We are not asking for any Igbo presidency whatsoever. Because it doesn't matter who becomes the president of the contraption called Nigeria, nothing is going to change. It is going to be on the same game. It will be the same ball game. It doesn't matter who becomes the president. If you like, go and bring Christ from heaven to make him the president of Nigeria. As long as Nigeria stands the way it is, it can never work. They will always continue to serve the interests of the British. And the only way to break up that interest of the British is to make sure that we establish a country where people can be able to stand on their own. Every region on their own to defend themselves against their enemies, protect their borders, and establish a rule that they will be able to obey. Not a rule somebody is going to force you to obey. Have to obey a rule that every one of us will obey, follow, respect, and pursue. And that is the only way to go. But we continue to do that until Biafra comes. Whatever they say, whatever they do, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We don't really care about that. Don't get distracted. You know, they have tried and succeeded in bringing a lot of infiltration into the struggle. They've succeeded in trying to capture some people. You see some people talking from the both sides of their mouth. People who are supposed to be defending their own people, they are now the ones acting as informants against their own people. People who are supposed to defend their own people, they are the ones fighting against their own. It is sad, but that is the reality of the struggle. But myself personally, I don't see that as a problem. Whatever division is happening now is bound to happen. It has been happening. It's not a different thing when it happens in the Biafra issue. There has been division in every set of walk of life. You experience such kind of division. There is no government of the world that survived without that kind of one trouble in one time or the other. And when you see people having misunderstanding, it's not just only with the Biafrans. Misunderstanding happen everywhere. It happen in families. It happen among brothers and sisters. It happen among husband and wife. But at the end of the day, family remains family. The Biafran people are standing together. We are fighting for one thing, which is freedom. And when freedom comes, as soon as we break out from this very contraption called Nigeria, every other hindrances you are seeing, every infighting that we are experiencing now, you will see them no more. It will be history. And that is the reality of life. That is how life works. You cannot stop it. You cannot pretend about it. It is real. That's reality. That is how it is. So all we got to do as human is to always stand on the side of the truth. That is the only way to overcome the challenges that we are in today. The Biafran struggle is facing a great challenge, where you see people who have been bought over by the Janjaweed, some Biafrans speaking on different tongues, Biafrans spending their time on working against their own brother instead of working against the enemy. Well, it happens everywhere. But for you that is watching this video, any place you're watching from Biafra land, from Europe, America, Australia, wherever you're watching from, I must tell you, the only way for you to survive and be on the right side is to face the truth. Pursue the truth and listen to the truth. It doesn't matter who's involved. It doesn't matter who is involved. Follow the truth all the time. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave us that advice, that follow the truth and pursue it. Follow the truth, no matter where it leads you to. Follow the truth. And it is because of the truth. That is why everybody is following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why everyone is talking about our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he's truthful. It is his truthfulness that drove all of us closer to him. It is his truthfulness that brought us close to him and made everybody to be singing the same song of freedom. His truthfulness did not only convert the Biafrans, his truthfulness affected also other indigenous tribes in other tribes. He affected everybody. And because of that truth, today, you see every indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria is asking for self-determination. And it's only through that self-determination that things can get better. That is how you can get better. That's how you can see. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not asking for war. And that is why today they cannot be able to prosecute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They cannot be able to have anything against him. Instead, they will be busy postponing, playing one game or the other. Look at now, they are now talking of taking the case away from Abuja. They want to change the venue of the case. What has the venue of the case got to do with the case? And the only reason why they want to change the venue is that they feel that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is having much more support. That no matter the intimidation, that the supporters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are coming to court on a daily basis to give him support. So while the case is being held, in Abuja, with all the intimidation, the world is still very much aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu enjoy the support of the southeastern part of Nigeria, enjoy the support of the Biafran people. 99% of Biafran people are asking for their freedom, and that is what they want. You can pretend about it, you can lie about it, say whatever you like. That is the obvious truth, the undeniable truth that no one can deny. And remains the truth, and nothing but the truth. So, we will continue to struggle and fight for it until we get it. That is how it is. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It comes with a lot of sacrifice. And the Biafrans are already on the track, making sacrifice on different phases, financial sacrifice, making sacrifice even with their own life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have sacrificed a lot and willing to do more. Today he put his life on the line. Biafra must come. We are almost getting to the end of the road. Do not relent in your effort. Whatever you are doing, increase it. Sit at home on Sunday and on Monday. Sit at home any other day we added. Economic sanction on the Janjaweed is a must, a tax that must be upheld. We have to make them know that it is more costly to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu than to leave him. And when they realize that it is expensive and costly for them to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then and only then we will have our freedom, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be freed. And that is the new dimension that we're going into. We will activate everything activatable to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be freed. The time is now. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for listening wherever you are listening from. I appreciate you, and the same may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every one of you that have watched and listened. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, and we will continue from where we stop. Never give up and never relent in your effort. We shall overcome.